When you look at this little guy, you're going to have a hard time believing what I just told you. This original shark is about 6 inches long. That's it, 6 inches. You could hold it in the palm of your hand. It has no massive jaws, no rows of razor-sharp teeth, no streamlined torpedo shape that cuts through water like a bullet. In fact, if you saw this creature swimming around today, you'd probably think, "Oh, how cute. Look at that harmless little fish." But here's where the story gets absolutely incredible. Somehow, some way, this tiny, seemingly defenseless creature is going to evolve into something that makes great white sharks look tame. How? How does evolution take a 6-inch minnow and turn it into nature's perfect killing machine? The answer lies in one word: war. Not human war. Evolutionary war. A brutal, relentless battle for survival that would rage in Earth's oceans for hundreds of millions of years. You see, those giant invertebrates I mentioned, they weren't just minding their own business. They were actively hunting. And our little proto-sharks, they were on the menu. Imagine being a small fish in an ocean filled with monsters. Every day is a fight for survival. Every moment could be your last. The pressure to evolve, to adapt, to become something better, something stronger, something more deadly, is absolutely crushing. Our ancestral sharks face a choice that every species eventually faces: evolve or die, adapt or become extinct, become predators or remain prey forever. And evolution was about to get creative. The first breakthrough came in the form of something that seems so obvious now, but at the time was revolutionary: teeth. But we're not talking about just any teeth. We're talking about a completely new type of biological weapon that had never existed on Earth before. Let me explain what makes shark teeth so special. The secret lies in a substance called enamel, the hardest biological material that any vertebrate can produce. We're talking about something harder than steel, harder than most rocks. When sharks bite down, they're essentially attacking with dozens of tiny daggers made of biological diamond. But here's where evolution really shows its genius. Other predators, when they lose a tooth, that's it. They're stuck with a gap in their mouth, making them less effective hunters, more vulnerable to starvation. Sharks? Sharks said, "Hold my beer." Evolution gave sharks something that no other predator in the history of Earth has ever possessed: a tooth factory. Inside every shark's mouth is literally a conveyor belt of death. Here's how insane this system is. A single shark can produce over 300 new teeth every single year. Some species can generate up to 50,000 teeth in their lifetime. 50,000. Think about that for a moment. While other predators are carefully protecting their teeth, sharks are treating them like disposable weapons. Lose a tooth? No problem. There are 5 more waiting in line to take its place. This isn't just an advantage. This is complete evolutionary dominance. With this system, sharks never have a bad day hunting because of dental problems. They never lose their edge, literally. But evolution wasn't done. Not even close. The second revolutionary innovation was even more brilliant than the first: shark skin. Now, when most people think about skin, they think about protection, maybe camouflage. But sharks? Evolution turned their skin into a weapon. Look at shark skin under a microscope, and you'll see something absolutely incredible. Each and every scale is shaped like a tiny tooth. That's right, sharks don't just have teeth in their mouths. Their entire body is covered in millions of microscopic teeth. This creates 2 incredible advantages. First, protection. Try to grab a shark with your bare hands, and it's like trying to grab a living cheese grater. The skin will literally cut you just from contact. But the second advantage is even more impressive: speed. You see, when water flows over normal fish skin, it creates turbulence. Turbulence creates drag. Drag slows you down. But shark skin? Those microscopic teeth create tiny vortices that actually reduce drag by up to 10%. To put this in perspective, human engineers didn't figure out how to reduce drag as effectively until the 21st century. We're now putting shark skin patterns on Olympic swimsuits and aircraft. Evolution figured this out 400 million years ago. So now we have a predator with unlimited teeth and frictionless skin. But evolution still wasn't satisfied. It was about to create something that would dominate Earth's oceans like nothing before or since. Meet Carcharocal's Megalodon, the largest, most powerful predator that has ever lived in Earth's oceans. When I say large, I want you to truly understand what that means. This creature was 60 feet long. 60 feet. That's longer than a school bus, longer than most trains. If a Megalodon swam past a basketball court, it would be longer than the court itself. But size is just the beginning. Let's talk about those teeth. Each Megalodon tooth was 7 inches long. 7 inches. That's longer than a person's hand. And they had 276 of these massive daggers arranged in their jaws at any given time. Now here comes the really terrifying part. Bite force. Scientists have calculated that Megalodon could bite down with a force of 40,000 pounds per square inch. Let me put that number in perspective for you. A great white shark, which we consider one of the most powerful predators alive today, has a bite force of about 4,000 pounds per square inch. A Tyrannosaurus rex, the king of the dinosaurs, had a bite force of about 12,800 pounds per square inch. Megalodon was 3 times more powerful than T-Rex. For 15 million years, Megalodon ruled Earth's oceans with absolute authority. Nothing challenged it. Nothing could challenge it. Imagine being a 40-foot whale, already one of the largest creatures on Earth, and knowing that you're still just prey to something even bigger, even stronger, even more deadly. Megalodon didn't just hunt other creatures. It shaped the evolution of everything in the ocean. Whales developed echolocation partly to detect megalodons from a distance. Other sharks evolved to occupy different niches to avoid competing with this monster. Even the structure of ancient coral reefs was influenced by Megalodon's presence. This was a predator so dominant, so perfectly adapted to its environment, that it seemed like nothing could ever threaten its reign. But then everything changed. 2.6 million years ago, Earth's climate began to shift. The planet started cooling. Ice caps expanded. Ocean currents changed. Sea levels dropped. For most creatures, this was just another environmental challenge to adapt to. But for Megalodon, this climate change was a death sentence. You see, Megalodon had become a specialist. It thrived in warm, tropical waters where large whales were abundant. But as the oceans cooled, those whales began migrating to polar regions where the water was rich in nutrients. Megalodon, built for warm water hunting, couldn't follow. Its massive size, which had been its greatest advantage, now became its weakness. It needed enormous amounts of food to survive, but that food was moving places where Megalodon couldn't survive. One by one, these ocean giants began to starve. The most successful predator in Earth's history was dying out. But here's the incredible thing about evolution. When one strategy fails, life finds another way. While the giants were disappearing, smaller, more adaptable sharks were thriving. Evolution had learned that sometimes flexibility is more valuable than size. Diversity is more powerful than dominance. And that brings us to today. Modern sharks aren't trying to be the biggest predator in the ocean. Instead, they become specialists, each species perfectly adapted to its own ecological niche. The hammerhead shark developed that bizarre head shape for a reason. It gives them 360-degree vision. They can see above, below, and behind them simultaneously. It's like having eyes in the back of your head, except even better. The saw shark evolved an incredible nose for hunting in muddy ocean floors where vision is useless. They use their saw like a metal detector, sweeping through sediment to find hidden prey. The angel shark became a master camouflage, lying motionless on the ocean floor until prey wanders too close. Then strike, faster than the eye can see. But perhaps most impressive of all are the sensory systems that modern sharks have developed. They can detect electrical fields generated by other animals' heartbeats from 3 feet away. They can sense changes in water pressure that indicate movement from over 300 feet away. Their sense of smell is so acute that they can detect 1 drop of blood in 25 million drops of water. After 450 million years of evolution, sharks have become something that human technology still can't replicate. Perfect hunting machines that are so well adapted to their environment that they barely changed in the last 100 million years. Because when evolution achieves perfection, why change? From a tiny, defenseless fish swimming in ancient seas, the ultimate predators of the modern ocean. 450 million years of evolution, mass extinctions, climate change, and brutal competition. And the result? Creatures so perfectly designed that time itself cannot improve them. Because some of evolution's creations are simply perfect.